talk about tricycles. Here's the key analysis. So we've got contiguous 2-5 because it's proceeding up, it's non-diatonic, it's proceeding up a half step to this diatonic 2-5, which then resolves. So this creates a contiguous event. Down a fifth 1, 4, down a half step to 3 minor 7. I've put it in a square because you'll see a pattern emerging. 2-5 relationship with what would be heard as 5-7-2 at that point. And then an interesting series of events. We actually, instead of going down a half step or a fifth at this point, it goes up a half step. So there's no dominant resolution there. But then it turns out that is in a 2-5 relationship with F7, which is the tritone twin of B7. They share a tritone. And then that does, in fact, go down a dominant function down a fifth. So we actually have two chords that share a tritone here, and they end up resolving. So this ends up resolving down a half step to the B flat major 7. This ends up going down a fifth. And that's why this half step, this dotted arrow, is extended over the top of these two chords, because we have an interpolated modulation occurs, 2-5 to 1 in the key of B flat, 4. So now we get the reason it's called tricycles is there's 3 tonal centers. So we actually arrive at a tonal center doing a similar move, but not exactly the same, because this is not contiguous here, because it's not going up a half step, whole step, or minor third. It's doing a different root motion. But other than that, these are very similar lines of music. The melodies are sequential. 2-5s resolve down to they're 1 chord, and then they're followed by a 4 chord. So we're taking a pattern and we're using it as a way to express musical ideas in multiple keys. And then it does a similar move as it did before this. Remember, this 4 major 7 went down a half step to 3 minor. Now 4 major 7 here is also going down a half step to its 3 minor in the new key, creating a 2-5, this time with a flat 9, which then in fact goes down a fifth and keeps supporting the key, so we're still in B flat. And then we have a sub 5 of 1 instead of 5 of 1. Goes down a half step, goes to 1, reinforcing B flat as the 1. Then we got 6 minor, 5-7 of 5 in a 2-5 relationship. Goes down a half step, but is deceptive. It does not go to 5, which is why it's deceptive. Goes down a half step to this non-diatonic chord in the key of B. It's non-diatonic to B flat. That sets up a 2-5 relationship with this E7, which could be heard as sub 5 of 4 in the key of B flat. This doesn't receive a Roman numeral, it's just a related 2. Sub 5 of 4 is in fact deceptive. You can see the brackets there. It doesn't go down a half step. It doesn't go to E flat. So there's no arrow. The reason this is drawn up here is because this is part of contiguous event. See, up in minor thirds. And this is a way to create modulation, as so often contiguous chords are. Old key 3 minor 7, new key 2 minor 7, 2 5 1 in the key of C, and that's not contiguous. This is where the contiguous event comes in. This is just a down a fifth resolution, but which is surprising because flat 7-7 usually goes up a whole step to 1. So there's a lot of twists and turns in this piece. That's my sum up of my answer key. I welcome your questions if you have any. We should discuss the chord scales. So now that we've got our analysis, so we've got chord number 1, related 2 chord, non-diatonic minor 7 chord. As usual, Dorian is the chord scale. Number 2, contiguous 2-5 in a 2-5 relationship. Mixolydian is the default chord scale there, as long as the melody agrees with that, which it does. Chord number 3, which is down here, it's functioning as a 3 minor 7, so as usual, Phrygian. Then we've got chord number 4 right here, flat 9 on the dominant chord, so it's going to be a mixo with a flat 9. And then it's 5-7 of 2, so 5-7 of 2 has a diatonic flat 13, so it's a mixo of flat 9, flat 13. 5, B Dorian. It's B Dorian because it's a related 2 chord, non-diatonic minor 7. And E7 sub 5 of 4, sub 5s get usually get Lydian flat 7. You may wonder why I've written mixo here, but just think about it. Think about the context. What's the difference between mixo and Lydian flat 7 degree? What's the fourth degree of mixo A? What's the fourth degree of Lydian flat 7 here? B flat. What's been set up by this previous chord is this chord contains an A. It does not contain a B flat. So what this is doing, when you have a cycle 5 related 2 chord, you are suggesting a Mixolydian sound for the related 5 chord because of the content of this chord. So in this context, with this preceding related 2 chord, that pushes this chord in the direction of a mixo sound. That's the reason for the chord scale anyway, with an S4, A natural. And also, looking at what comes later, the A natural also makes a lot of sense in terms of setting up the sound for C7, C major, the key of C major. So there's the chord scales.